Hey everyone, welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So I got my son Colton with me today, and we are at the Diehl's, which is our favorite place to be in the wintertime. Nice brisk morning.
Very cold, actually. Brisk is a nice way of putting it. It was cold.
Yeah, and since this is the Monday before Christmas, we thought we would do an impression on a Christmas blend or a holiday blend, and this is Cornell Diehl's We Three Kings. Mm-hmm. All right, so We Three Kings, of course, is manufactured by Cornell Diehl. It is an aromatic. It contains black Cavendish, Oriental Turkishes, and Virginias. The toppings on it is cinnamon and vanilla, and I also suspect there's a little bit of allspice in there. It comes in, it's a ribbon, and it comes in 2-ounce tins. The strength on this is mild to moderate. The flavoring on it is medium, and the tastes are about moderate. So we'd like to go ahead and jump in on this and give you our impressions on this one, We Three Kings. All right, so Colton, what do you think about the tin note on this one?
Let me get a little bit out of that. Sweet, very sweet. Very appropriate for this time of year. You know, you get a little bit of you definitely get the Cavendish in there. Vanilla, kind of a nice, just sweet smell. Vanilla, cinnamon, brown sugar, maybe. I don't know, but it's really nice. It's definitely 'tis the season.
My thing is that it's not overly topped. This is really kind of a mild topping on it, which leads me to believe that the smoke is going to be good because you're going to be able to taste the tobaccos in it too as well.
Which whenever I was reading the tobacco notes on that, there's a lot of stuff that I like in there. There's a lot of good stuff in there. There's black Cavendish. We'll get into it later. But
yeah. This I definitely get the vanilla and a little bit of the cinnamon. It has something in here that kind of smells like cloves as well. If you kind of take a nice big puff of in your nose and see what you think. But it smells like a little bit of cloves or anise. Kind of a licorice or a clovey kind of scent in there. Really, it really is good. It's difficult to pick out some of the tobacco scents in this.
That's for sure. Yeah.
The Cavendish does smell like a little bit like a brown sugar. Oriental Turkishes slightly come through with some woodiness, some earthiness, and some sour, kind of a tangy, herbal, floral kind of thing going on here. The Virginias in this are reds and brights, so it's got a mixture of those in there.
Very good.
And the Virginias don't come out as strong as I thought it would be.
No, but you know you get just a hint of that. So I mean, it's a nice change of pace for all you Virginia smokers out there. It's a really nice change of pace. You get a little bit of both, you know, and I've been kind of teetering back and forth on the reds and the brights, you know, lately, you know, Mississippi River all the way to the opposite side of the spectrum, Virginia Gentleman, which is what I typically smoke, but you get a little bit of it, but man, the sweetness and the Cavendish in there the black Cavendish is really, really nice, and it's a nice change of pace. And it really kind of sets you up for a Christmassy kind of vibe. I like it. It's very nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go into the taste. What are you tasting right now?
Get a good taste on that. You know, the Virginias don't come through in the taste as much as you want. You know, as much as I want personally. You still get them, but they're not quite there.
Yeah, I think the Orientals come out a lot more than which makes sense. I mean, you're talking about a blend that's called We Three Kings. You know, they came from the Orient, and so your Oriental tobaccos are going to be the one that shines in this blend, and I definitely get that. It's got Catarinis in it, and you know that touch of stingy sourness. Is right there.
Yeah. And that's the Oriental.
But you know, the toppings are not strong at all.
They're not overbearing in any way. You know, they're a nice complement to the tobacco.
Yeah.
You can taste the tobacco in there as opposed to just all topping or all this or all that. No. You get a nice little taste of the tobacco in there.
Well, as far as aromatics go, this is what I'm looking for in a balance.
Yeah.
In a balance of a smoke with tobacco shining through with just a hint of that topping. And the hint of cinnamon and vanilla are coming through. I don't get a whole lot of the allspice that's supposed to be in there as well, but
a little bit.
Maybe we'll see how it goes as it comes through. To me, I've smoked about a half a tin of this already. And to me, when you start the smoke, those Orientals really come through with a punch. But then after that, they subside, and some of the other things start coming through. It's got a light spiciness to it.
Just a little bit. And
almost like a ginger.
Yeah. Wow, it's been a while since I've had ginger.
Little breadiness.
So you can taste the Virginias in there. You can taste them.
Yeah.
They're really good, but they're not overbearing. It's a really well-balanced tobacco.
I like the reds in here. The reds are really good. They're kind of tangy.
Yeah, that sour kind of.
Yeah, and kind of a dark fruit taste to it. And to me, the reds are more noticeable than the brights, which, in my opinion, is a good blend. I like it like that.
Yeah, and it burns really, really smooth. You know, it might have been the wind, but it was kind of a pain in the butt getting it going. But once you do, it's a smooth.
Well, and it's not overly wet. It's perfect. It's ready to smoke right now. Out of the tin, so that's really good too. I get a little bit of, in the Virginias, I do get a little bit of some grass and citrus, but the Orientals are definitely the strongest one. It comes out more than any of the other tobaccos.
Yeah, and that spiciness that I'm getting, it's really, really good. It kind of complements the cinnamon kind of topping that you have on there. It's kind of what I'd expect from, if there's a cinnamon flavor in there, there's just a little bit of spice to it, and that's what I'm picking up on.
A popular tobacco around this time of the year is Sutliff's Christmas Spice.
Yeah,
and I think this is better. I really do. I think this one's better because you get, on that Christmas Spice, you get a bomb of cinnamon. This one, it's really well balanced, and I get more tobacco flavors than anything else, which is what I'm looking for as a pipe smoker.
Right.
It really, really is satisfying. Tastes good. What do you think about the room note? I mean, this is your first smoke. I've smoked it several times in the garage.
Yeah.
So I think maybe I get a better feel for the room note. But definitely, I think this is a crowd pleaser.
It's pleasant.
Yeah.
It's very pleasant. So if you have a non-smoker or somebody that's not really a pipe person, sitting around you, I think that they'll pick up on some of the other things that you have going on, and they'll smell the cinnamon, they'll smell the allspice, they'll smell they'll smell all the toppings, and they'll go, that's a nice smoke. But as a pipe smoker, you get to enjoy all the tobaccos and things like that in it, which is really, really nice.
All right, so what do you think about the nicotine content? We had a nice little breakfast this morning, so your tummy should be full. What do you think about the nicotine?
Medium. Nothing really to report, to be honest with you. It's a nice little break, and you feel a little bit of a nick hit, but nothing overbearing. It's really nice.
I've had this enough times to notice that when different times of the day, the nicotine has different effects on it. Sure. So like when I'm smoking this on the way to work and I have not had but maybe a cup of coffee or two, no breakfast, the nicotine kind of hits me.
Okay.
But when I've had something to eat, like right now, I would say it's more on the moderate side.
Yeah.
So anywhere between moderate and medium for me.
That's a good, kind of place to put it. It's a good tobacco that it'll give you a little bit of a hit, but other than that, it's moderate. You just got to take it within how you do it.
A couple of things about this one. This is not your average aromatic. This one's pretty good. I like it. And not to knock on aromatics, I just don't like the aromatics that all you taste is the flavorings.
Yeah.
And this one I get a little more tobacco flavor to it, so I really tend to like those. This one doesn't have any bite or any harshness. It burns pretty good, cool and clean. Pretty, not too fast, kind of slow. The flavor is pretty consistent all the way through.
Yeah.
I'm about halfway through.
I'm about halfway through too. It's getting a little bit spicier and a little bit hotter. I think my cadence is a little fast.
Leaves a little moisture in the bowl. You're going to need some relights on this one. The aftertaste is pretty pleasant. I think it could be an all-day smoke.
Yeah, and one other thing that I'd say on this is, most aromatics, they'll ghost your pipe pretty hard. This one, I don't think it's going to ghost your pipe as bad. So
I don't think so either.
If you have a dedicated this pipe that only smoke this kind of tobacco out of it, I don't think it's really going to ghost it too hard. It's
I
a
agree.
nice, well-balanced smoke.
I agree. I think you could. I don't think this is particularly just a holiday blend. I think you could smoke this all year long.
No, I think I'm going to order some more. Yeah.
All right, like we said, it comes in 2-ounce tins.
Yeah.
Anywhere that sells C&D products, you can get this. I got it at smokingpipes.com, and it was $11.05 a tin, which comes to about $5.53 per ounce. And actually, that's a little less than what most tins come in.
Nice.
So that's not too bad. I bet you can pick this up at your brick and mortar that's down there at your place.
Yeah, more than likely. They carry a lot of C&D, but I mean,
Yeah.
long story short, I mean, you could probably get this just about anywhere that sells C&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you going to give it?
Ooh, probably a 3.5. Probably a 3.5. I like the fact that it's not going to ghost your pipe. It's an aromatic, so if you're not used to aromatic, therefore, and you wanted to kind of get into that just for the holiday season or whatever it is, you want to smoke it a little bit later in the year, that's up to you. It's not the typical aromatic. It's not going to be one that you just taste a lot of toppings on. You get a lot of the additives, if you were, things like that. You still get the tobacco taste out of it, and it's not one that I would probably smoke every day, but it's a nice change of pace. So
Yeah.
I'd say a 3.5, a really well-balanced tobacco.
Yeah.
Really good. You get a lot of everything in it. So
If I was just comparing it to aromatics, all aromatics, I would give it a 4. I think based on aromatics, it's that good of an aromatic. But in the realm of tobaccos, of all the ones I've smoked, I'm with you, probably about a 3.5.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give this one a 3.5 as well.
Right on.
All right, so this is Cornell Diehl's We Three Kings. This one actually came out in 2014.
And they redid it, right?
And they brought it back this year. That's right. So it's not a brand new blend for them, but I think it's going to be a real popular one. You might see it all the time.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah. So we give it a 3.5. Really solid smoke. Pretty good. Smoke it anytime, anywhere. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
You really get a lot of. It's a well-balanced tobacco, and I would really recommend it for anybody that, one, likes aromatics, and two, somebody that's maybe looking to change pace from their typical whatever they got going on. They want to try something a little bit different and get into the spirit of the holiday season.
Yep.
Nice choice.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I bet this would really go well with some mulled wine.
Are you making any of that this year?
Yep.
Awesome.
Right when I go home.
All right. Well, then I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right on.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate all your comments and all your suggestions. Keep them coming. Don't forget,
Make all your piping moments count.
have a wonderful holiday season. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.